Yeah, can you hear me, guys? Is my audio video clear?
Yes, Shiva.
Okay, so in last class, we have discussed about the need of cloud automation and what are the best features of Terraform. Why Terraform? There are so many automation tools are there, like cloud formation, ARM templates, okay, and Google managed templates. Many templates are there. Even though why Terraform was popular and what are the special features of Terraform. And also we have discussed the differences between uh, IAC tools like Ansible Chef, and also we have discussed configuration management tools. Sorry, IAC tools like Terraform, CloudFormation, ARM templates, and configuration management tools also. The difference also we have discussed. Today, it is most important session for us. So preparing lab setup for Terraform. First, we are going to discuss lab setup for Windows operating system. Windows operating system. So on Windows, generally, when I want to install softwares, okay, we need to download a exe file and MSA file, and we are double clicking on that. But that is oldest approach. On Windows also, we have a package manager command, Chaco. Okay, Chaco is a package manager command for Windows operating systems. And that can install software packages on Windows operating systems. So as a first step, you have to set up this Chaco. Chaco setting up is only one-time job, guys. Chaco setting up Chaco is only one-time job. Okay, first is setting up Chaco. Setting up Chaco. Now, how to set it up? Let us see. So let us Google for that. So in the Google, a PowerShell script is given to you. You have to execute that script from PowerShell admin mode. Now say Chaco installation on Windows. Just search like this. Chaco installation is only one-time job. Chaco is going to download a exe file and is going to install. It will set path also. It is going to perform 3 steps for us. But when you want to do software installation in oldest way, you have to first download a file. Then you have to double click on that. Then you have to set path. 3 steps, 3 explicit steps are required. But here, installing Chocolate is very much easy. Using Chaco, installing every software becomes very easy. Now, here, this script you have to execute from your command PowerShell admin mode. From PowerShell admin mode, execute. PowerShell admin mode, execute the following PowerShell script. So when you want to install softwares, definitely you have to be from, you have to do it from PowerShell admin mode. And how to activate PowerShell admin mode? Click on start button and let us search for PowerShell. From admin, from command mode also you can install, no problem. Right click and choose run as administrator. Let us click on, let us copy paste the script. Blindly execute the script from PowerShell admin mode. Now, once you have executed the script, okay, in my system already it is there. See, Chaco was found at something like this. So close it and relaunch. PowerShell, relaunch it. Now check Chaco version, Chaco -v. Are you seeing some version is being displayed? Now close it again. Now using Chaco, What is that script you have to execute here? This script. Close and relaunch PowerShell from, okay, close and relaunch PowerShell and execute Chaco installation. Chaco -v. Okay, now setting up Chaco is completed. Now using Chaco, you can install any other softwares. Now, using Chaco, install AWS CLI. So AWS CLI, this is for setting credentials. Okay, so from tomorrow onwards, we are going to speak with, we are going to communicate with Azure AWS Cloud. So for communicating with AWS Cloud, my Terraform requires credentials. To set up credentials, okay, we have to download and install AWS CLI. And how to download and install. In a single step, it can be done. And all you need to search is just you have to search like this. Chaco AWS CLI. Just click on this. All you need to run is one simple command. Are you seeing this command? Copy this. This is for upgradation. This is for uninstallation. For uninstallation also, you have to use Chaco uninstall AWS CLI. For upgradation, this is upgradation. To the latest version, it is going to upgrade. Again from PowerShell, admin mode, execute the following. Not going to do that because already I have AWS CLI in my system. At last include -y. -y means auto approval. Let us go to PowerShell once again. Run as administrator. Let us paste it over here. Okay, are you seeing AWS CLI already installed version 2.2.5? And it is telling that your version is outdated, and you can upgrade with a option called upgrade. And I can upgrade it. So if you want to upgrade it, this is the command. Are you seeing downloading? First it has downloaded, then it has installed. Are you seeing I did not specify? That is why it is asking questions. Now are you seeing it is downloading? And next it will install. Download of AWS CLI version 2.15 is completed. Now it is installing. All you need to just query in Google so that it is going to give equivalent command. You can install Java, you can install .NET, you can install servers by using Chaco. Now after that, close and relaunch PowerShell. in admin mode. And check AWS CLI installation. This takes time, guys. It takes 2 to 3 minutes because AWS CLI is a huge software. We are not doing manually. Okay, everything is automated. Automation means nothing to worry here. For every activity, you need to know CLI commands. Okay, whatever activities we have done so far are by using UI. But whatever activities we are doing from UI cannot be automated. But whatever activities we are doing from CLI using commands, that can be automated. Remember that. So in the earlier days, if you want to install a software on Windows, first we are downloading a exe or some other file and zip file or something like that file, and we are extracting or we are double clicking on that. So that will be installed. But that is lengthy process. Rather than doing in multiple steps, okay, by using Chaco, it became very much simple. Okay, once we install AWS CLI, our next task is we are going to install AWS. First check the version. Next, as a fifth step is using Chaco install Terraform. For this, using Chaco install Git also. Git is a version control system, and it is also used to connect to Linux virtual machines from Windows operating system. Now let us search for the command. Meanwhile, Chaco Git. Chaco install Git. This is a command that you need to execute. From same PowerShell admin mode, execute the following class include -1. Okay, so I have installed AWS CLI, close it and relaunch it. For every installation on Windows operating system, changes are not taking place immediately. So you have to close and relaunch. Sometimes it may work, but sometimes it may not work. Better you restart that, close and relaunch it. Now say AWS-V. Are you seeing something is displaying here? AWS CLI version equal to the latest version something. Okay, that means you can conclude that AWS CLI is installed successfully. Okay, our next task is to install Git. Chaco install -y. -y can be given in the middle or at last also. Git. So it is telling that already you have Git. And close and relaunch. PowerShell check git version. Git -b. Git is installed. Next, if we need one IDE, guys, that is Visual Studio Code IDE. That is excellent IDE. Okay, so when you are writing Terraform scripting, automatically it is going to give hints. It is also used for debugging. So it is also helping like auto completion. Okay, so to avail that features, better you install Visual Studio Code. How to install this? Using Chaco, install Visual Studio Code. Visual Studio Code. How to do that? Chaco, Visual Studio Code. Just you need to run one simple software, one simple command. We are using here VS Code. Chaco install VS Code. This is the command you have to run. From PowerShell, admin mode, execute the following. At last include -y. Same thing. Close and relaunch. Close and relaunch PowerShell with admin mode. And check. Okay, so how to check here? So here directly you can able to see like this here. When you type Visual Studio Code, automatically it should display like this, Visual Studio Code. Check the installation as shown in session recording. Okay, finally, we are going to install Terraform using Chaco install Terraform. Just type here Chaco Terraform. Are you seeing here Chaco install Terraform? This is upgrade and this is uninstall. Okay, I am clicking on Chaco install Terraform. I'm selecting Chaco install Terraform. So same command you have to execute from command prompt. From PowerShell or command mode. From command prompt also you can execute, guys. But the thing is we have to open in admin mode. PowerShell. Don't write from normal mode. From normal mode you cannot install any softwares. Okay, in the middle of installation it is going to throw error. Guys, can you hear me?
Shiva, yes, Shiva, but video is not displaying, Shiva.
Now?
Yes, yes.
Now are you able to see?
Yes, Shiva, able to see.
Okay. So here, Chaco install Terraform. At last include -y. Okay. And let us execute this. Chaco install Terraform -y. In my system already I have Terraform. Okay, so it is asking already, it is saying that Terraform 1.7.3 is installed. Use force to reinstall specify version and install. It is not required. Recently I upgraded. This version is enough for me. This is about Windows operating system, guys. So in this room, any persons with Mac operating system? If anybody is using Mac, I will.
No.
Okay. So for just I will give one outline for Mac operating systems, because in the future this might be watched by some students, those who are using Mac. Okay, presently may not be there. Just to give me 10 minutes. Within 10 minutes, I will show everything. For Mac operating systems. For Mac operating systems, there is a tool called Homebrew. You have to set up Homebrew. Execute the following script from Mac terminal. You have to install this. You have to set it up. This is like Chaco. Just ask like this: Homebrew install on Mac. Just you need to run this script from Mac terminal. How you run Chaco? In the same way you have to use, this script has to be executed. This is Homebrew installation. It is a package manager for Mac operating systems. And the second step is using Homebrew install Git. Everything is as usual. In the place of Chaco, just you need to write Homebrew Git. Just you need to run this command. Brew install Git from terminal. Execute this. Brew install. Third step is using Homebrew install AWS CLI. Homebrew AWS CLI. Very simple command you need to run. Brew install AWS CLI. Next. Closing relaunching is same as Chaco. Fourth step is using Homebrew install Terraform. Homebrew Terraform. Very simple. Brew install Terraform. Next, fifth step is using Homebrew install Visual Studio Code. Homebrew Visual Studio Code. So here the command is little bit different here for installing Visual Studio Code. Is a command brew install cask Visual Studio Code. So this is for Mac operating system, guys. Now, so this is completely lab preparing. We have prepared lab environment. We have installed all the necessary softwares. Our next task is, okay, to create a directory or to create or initialize a directory for Terraform. We have to create a folder, guys. So now when you create a folder, what happens here? And when you create a folder and when you execute a command like Terraform init, all the necessary providers are downloaded. So here you have to know about Terraform. You have to know about provider. And here, let us create a directory here. Guys, so this is a permanent directory for complete our course. Till end of the Terraform completion, till end of the Terraform, I'm going to use same directory here. Select new folder, Terraform. I'm creating this folder in D drive. 20th February 2024, DURGASOFT. Okay. Now here, show more options. Select Git bash here. And from here, you have to open Visual Studio Code. From this folder, if you want to open Visual Studio Code, there is a command here, code dot. Okay, here this is the folder we created. Terraform 20th February 2024 DURGASOFT. And in this folder, Visual Studio Code is opened. Now we have to initialize this directory with AWS plugins. So how to do that? So to do that, we have to know about Terraform structure. We have to know about Terraform structure. So create a directory as shown in class recording. And next step is here, this is first step. This is A. Terraform script is a collection of blocks. So when you want to write Terraform script, you have to know about the different types of blocks here. So the first block that we are going to use to initialize, okay, current working directory with Terraform plugins, with AWS plugins, is by using provider block. So provider block is going to decide, okay, our provider block is a platform. Okay, provider block is a platform where you are creating your infrastructure. So the provider can be AWS, the provider can be Azure, the provider can be GCP, the provider can be IBM. That means provider indicates the cloud platform where you want to create your infrastructure. So it is nothing but a cloud platform. Cloud platform on which we create virtual infrastructure. This is only one-time block execution, guys. This is only for first time you have to execute. This is only one-time execution. And what provider block will contain? Provider block may contain the provider information. The provider information can be either AWS information, Azure information, GCP, IBM cloud, Oracle cloud, whatever cloud it may be. Cloud plugins. And second thing that you need to include is credentials. And provider block also contains region. Region means it is a geographical area. It is a geographical location on the globe where you want to create infrastructure. So here AWS is having many regions like US East 1, East 2, like North Virginia, Hawaii region, okay, Singapore, many regions are there. Each and every region, okay, will have its own infrastructure. Each and every region will have data centers. Data centers will have availability zones. Sorry, regions is a geographical location. So regions will have availability zone. Availability zone is nothing but data center. Availability zone is nothing but data center. Now this is about first block. This is the first block. And when it comes to second block, This is resource block. Resource block. So this is mandatory block that contains information about the resource, information about the resources. Which resource you wanted to create? Whether you want to create a virtual machine or storage or network or load balancer or auto scaling group, or whether IAM user, which resource you wanted to create. Okay. Now you can have to specify the resources information. Along with the resources information, it also contains arguments. Arguments are nothing but input values, guys. Input values. Suppose I want to create a EC2 machine, a virtual machine. For that, I need to specify size. What is the size of the virtual machine? And in which region you wanted to create it? In which subnet? What is the security group? What is the public IP address? Okay, so this is nothing but arguments. These are nothing but arguments. Generally, in resource block, we are going to write arguments. And there is one more block, guys. This is mandatory block. Resource block is C1 is C is output block. This is optional. This block contains all the attributes information. Attributes means output values. Attributes are nothing but output values. Suppose I created a virtual machine. Once a virtual machine is created, okay, every virtual machine have some attributes, right? Like its public IP address, virtual machine ID, and virtual machine security group, and virtual machine something like a disk name. These are the properties. These are the attributes. Once resource is created, we can get attributes of that resource. Attributes are nothing but output values. Arguments are nothing but input values here. And there are other blocks also. At present, it is not required. One more block is module block. So this is also not compulsory. This is also optional. So generally in Terraform, we can create reusable modules. We can create reusable modules. Module is nothing but reusable template. Generally in other programming language, C, C++, Java, .NET, Java, we have functions, right? Once a function is written from anywhere, you can call it. Here also, module is nothing but Terraform function. Okay. So the module can be inbuilt module, or we can also define our own modules. When you want to define, when you want to do that modules, when you want to define modules, you have to use module block. Otherwise, module block is not required. Modules are reusable templates. Reusable Terraform templates. Okay, these are the different types of blocks: provider block, resource block, output block, module block. So our next task is to connect to AWS cloud. So to connect to the AWS cloud, we have to have account, right? How to create account? To create AWS free tier account, we need the following. What are the things that you need to have? You need to have one email ID, is mandatory, and mobile number, debit card. AWS account can be created by using debit card. But when you want to create Azure account, definitely you need credit card. Okay. But Azure people will give 200 worth of US dollars. Means if you are in India, since we are creating account from India, so in your account 16,000 worth of INR will be credited. How to get that amount? While I am creating Azure account, I will show. And once you keep these three things ready, how to create, where to create. So there is a link, guys. This is console.aws.amazon.com. Let us come out from this. Already I'm in AWS account. This is the link, guys. Control C. Here. Are you seeing create a new AWS account here? On the bottom, just click on this. Okay, it will ask you submit, provides a few details like what is your email address, what is account name. In the next page, it is going to ask your purpose of creating account. Select personal, don't select commercial. And in the next page, it is going to ask your debit card information, card number, CVV. Okay, and expiry date. Within no time, your account is created. Initially, 2 rupees will be cut from your account just for bank account verification. It is going to verify whether your account is working perfectly or not. It is going to take two Indian rupees. After 48 hours or immediately, the deducted 2 rupees will be returned to your account. This is how you can create a AWS free tier account. And once your account is created, what you can avail at free of cost, that we are going to discuss in next class. Okay. Now, so we have created a directory, right? Just now, our directory name was Terraform 20th February 2024 DURGASOFT. It is a directory. Here we have opened Visual Studio Code. Our next task is to initialize this directory. We have to download, okay, all the necessary plugins of AWS. Before that, for authentication purpose, you have to have credentials. Okay. Now, how to create credentials, how to create user account, let me show. I am logging into my account. Shiva DevOps on Cloud. Guys, this is the landing page of your AWS. And on the top, you are going to see a drop down. Okay, you have to select a region where you want to create. Like, are you seeing for every region, there is a region code. North Virginia, Ohio, North California, Oregon, Mumbai, Osaka, Seoul, Singapore, Sydney. Okay, in India also, there are regions. Okay, presently I am selecting Ohio region, East US 2. And to create a user here, let us go to services menu. Here, your services tab is there. Click on this button. And are you seeing IAM here? Here, IAM is nothing but user management, guys. Click on IAM. IAM stands for Identity Access Management. Identity Access Management, which is nothing but user management in AWS. And there is an option here, users option. Click on users. Select create user. I am creating a user, guys. This user becomes a permanent user till 1 month. Till 1 to 1.5 months. Till our syllabus is completed. Terraform 20th February 2024 DS. DS means DurgaSoft. And click on next. And for this user, you have to give permissions. Now this user can do any activity. That is why I'm giving you access like admin access. Because in Terraform, we are going to create many services. There is no limit. There should not be limit for this user. Okay. So through this user, we are going to connect to AWS Cloud from Terraform. And click on administrator access. Next. Create user. And are you seeing a user was created Terraform 20th February 2024 DS? And are you seeing an option called security credentials here? Click on the security credentials and select access keys here. Are you seeing access keys? Create access key. Select other and click on next and click on create access key. Are you seeing access key here? Access key and secret key. Store these two items at the very safest place, guys. Don't expose these details in public repositories like GitHub. Okay. One of my student has exposed his details in the GitHub. Okay. Other persons have connected to his account. Finally, he has got 1 lakh bill. Finally, he has got 1 lakh bill. Okay. Because of submission of these details into GitHub repository. Don't submit these details into GitHub repository. So store these details in your personal laptop. And let us go to Notepad++. I am storing these details in my personal laptop. In Notepad++, you need not to save any document. Just a minute, guys. I am going to remove all these things. Going to remove all the unnecessary stuff. Okay, this is username. Means access key. Here, this is secret access key. Access key is like username. Secret access key is like password. Now I'm writing Terraform credentials for TS batch of 8 p.m. IST. Done. And one more thing. Once your work is completed, let us go to access keys and click on actions or using deactivate button. Select deactivate. Even so, when other persons knowing these details, access key, secret access key, they will not be connecting to your account. Immediately deactivate it. And on the next day, when you want to practice again, activate it. This is activation, deactivation. I am not deactivating now. Now, presently, these are in active position. And once you are doing this activity, okay, you have to set up these credentials from Git bash. Now say AWS configure. This is to set up username and password. Are you seeing it is asking access key? We have already access key, right? This is the access key. Copy this key. Paste it over here. Secret access key. And a region. I am giving the region as US East 2. Means it is Ohio region. And output format is nothing. Now we have set up username and password. And we have configured secret access key and access key. So next thing is we have to create Terraform script. We have to download necessary plugins. So how to download necessary plugins? So to download necessary plugins, we have to write the code in provider block. So provider block is going to specify which version of AWS plugins must be downloaded and what is the username or what is the region. That information also you can specify in provider block. But in our case, I have specified details from CLI, command line. Okay, don't specify details in Terraform code because when you submit Terraform scripting to GitHub repository, along with scripting, your credentials will also be submitted. So don't do that. Now let us say Terraform AWS provider. Now just click on this And are you seeing here? Terraform required providers. Required providers equal to AWS. Okay. Source equal to HashiCorp by AWS. So what is the version of AWS here? More than 5.0. So this symbol indicates that greater than or equal to 5.0. And this is provider AWS. In which region you wanted to download this? Download this. And if you scroll little bit down, are you seeing access key, secret key? This is not a good approach. In the Terraform script itself, you are submitting the details, but this is not correct. Okay, which is correct? I have configured AWS config. I have configured AWS credentials from AWS CLA, right? This is the correct way. Configuring username and password from command line is correct way. But giving hard coding everything in the command line is not a correct way. But sometimes what happens here, without our notice, this might be submitted to public GitHub repository. That may be a problem. So don't do that. Now let us do this, take this code. Guys, if you are interested, you can write the code, but that is time-based process. But in reality, okay, no one is going to write character by character, just you have to understand. Now, this is my current working directory, right? In this current working directory, create a file. I am creating a file provider.tf. TF is an extension. TF stands for Terraform. Your name can be anything, but after dot, the extension should be .tf only. Now just simply paste it over here. Here in the place of this one, write East US2. Now we have to download the necessary plugins. How to download the plugins once you have written the script? Once you have written the provider script, so to use Terraform commands, help is given to you. Terraform help. Here they have given like these are the frequently used commands, guys. Init command, validate command, plan command, apply command, destroy command. So init command, this is to prepare current working directory for activating other commands. And this is also going to download all the necessary plugins of any cloud. So validate means this is to check syntax, whether you have written correct script or not. That is verified by validate. And plan means it is going to generate a plan. Like suppose I want to create network, VPC, route tables, gateway. Okay, so before you are going to really apply, really creating infrastructure, you can take the plan. This is just like taking plan before constructing a house. Generally, before you are going to construct a house, we are going to take plan, right? It is just like that. Apply means when you want to really realize the infrastructure, when you want to create the infrastructure, you have to use apply. And whatever infrastructure you have created, when you want to destroy that, you have to use destroy command. Now, first let us execute Terraform init command. See what happens here. Copy this. Go to your git bash. And from here, simply execute Terraform init. Every time this is not required, guys. Once again, I am telling, only for first time. Only for first time, after creating of your provider.tf, after connecting to AWS cloud, this command has to be executed. Now let us press enter. Are you seeing installing HashiCorp AWS by 5.37.7? That means the plugins whose version is more than 5.0 are being installed. So if your network speed is very slow, okay, this might take 2 to 3 minutes. If your network speed is very fast, within no time, okay, this command will be completed. Guys, by tomorrow, you create AWS account and do necessary lab preparation. because from tomorrow onwards we are going to start, okay, actual creation of resources. I think from soon we are going to change the link also. Okay, and don't neglect it. Please create a AWS account and create lab infrastructure also. And whatever activities we have done today are most important. This is only one time setup, guys. So once you are making this setup, from tomorrow onwards, I will show how to create services manually. Okay. So they will, when you create services manually, you will be knowing everything how to do it from Terraform, from automation. That is most important. And it should display a message that Terraform has been successfully initialized. So when you are able to see that message means, okay, so your Terraform setup is completely successful. My network is slow today. Are you seeing this message? Terraform has been initialized successfully. Okay. Guys, with this today I am stopping. And how to create resources manually from console. Tomorrow, from tomorrow onwards, we are going to see. Now, if you have any questions, you can ask me.
Sir, I am from last week batch, 8:30 batch. So,
Yeah.
so that batch is linked with 8 o'clock batch, or how it's
Yes,
going?
yes. Yeah, common for everyone. It is 8
Okay.
o'clock, 8 p.m. IST.
Okay. Okay, sir. And in this AWS, we are going to see all the resources to be created automatically, or how, sir?
No,
There are
no.
many
First, we are going to create services from console first. Then we are going to automate it.
job is to create resources, right?
Yeah.
So after creating resources, there will be some other team who
No,
do the
not some other team. Okay, our responsibility as a cloud automation engineer is we have to create it. We have to automate this. So for automation, you should have to know how to create them manually first. Okay, when you are able to know manually, then writing Terraform script is very much simple.
So our job gets over up to creation of resources.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your
So once it,
responsibility as a cloud automation engineer is to provide infrastructure to other team members.
so after that, what will happen, sir? Some other team will.
Yeah, some other team will come. They are going to use the virtual machines. They are going to deploy their applications. And suppose a developer is there. Developer will write code. Okay, so where he is going to write code, system is required, right? But who is going to create system? It is done by us.
Okay. And how they will deploy using some other tools like Terraform, or they have different tools?
No. They are going to write application first. We don't
Okay.
write any application. Okay, code is written by developers actually. We don't write any code.
And how they link that code with our Terraform?
You will no way concerned with code. Okay, they are going to write the code. We are not developers, right? We are just cloud automation engineers. Our responsibility is to provide the systems to the team members. Okay, suppose we have to create a database server. Okay, once server is created, we have to make sure that the server is working. And how the database server is used, that depends on your database developer, database administrator. We are not going to use it.
Okay. So just out of curiosity, I asked, sir. So how?
No problem. No problem.
Shiva, after the completion of this course, right, is there any live project you are going to explain? By
See,
linking all
many
these
times I
modules?
am telling to my students, okay, if people are bluffing you, don't believe them. For Terraform, for automation engineers, there are no projects.
Okay.
Okay, just simply the people are bluffing you, cheating you.
Okay.
Okay, because for developers, real-time projects are there. For
Okay.
cloud automation engineers, for DevOps engineers, for admins, there are no projects. Because if virtual creation is same for every project, right? Okay,
Yes, yes.
why? What is the need of project here? Okay,
Okay.
people are telling that is completely fake project. People are bluffing you. Don't believe their words.
Fine.
Okay, guys, shall we stop the session? Shall we make it tomorrow?
Okay.
Okay, Shiva.
Okay, guys,
Sure.
please don't
Thank you.
forget to create AWS account by tomorrow, because from tomorrow onwards, our live sessions will be started.
Okay, sure.
Thank you.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you.